moment and we can go live. Going live, going live, going live. I'm live. Okay. Yeah, so I had a bit of trouble with the bitrate there as well because I was uploading stuff and having Google Drive active at the same time as doing 2 live streams simultaneously. Apparently my bandwidth does not like that, which is fair enough. So, okay, what we're going to do is, what I ended up doing is having one person in 2 chats. Fantastic. What we ended up going with for today's stream is going to be finishing up this little fucker over here, and I'm putting him in a few places. And when I say finishing up, there's a very good chance that we will in fact not be finishing him up because I am an idiot. I like you like 1% more manager a cave dweller. I still haven't fixed up the size of the Twitch fonts on the stream overlay because nobody's ever in Twitch chat. Nobody watches this shit on Twitch. Everybody always watches on YouTube. Anyway, let's take a look at our test level here. Animation level. And okay, so what we have is, first and foremost, okay, we should lower the volume and change my output device. Let's see, Rode NTG. It's probably very loud. It's going to be really loud, I can tell. Would you please not attack me? Yeah, that seems pretty loud, doesn't it? Let me lower the volume on that real quick. Just by a bit. I know it's very framey. We're back. Okay. Anyway, so we need to have his knockback animation. What the fuck happens there? What the... Okay, there's going to be a little bit of bug fixing as well, seemingly. Seeing the Oculus virtual device, you have VR. I don't have anything hooked up right now. I don't think. Do I? Headphone, Oculus virtual device. That is very interesting because my Quest is not hooked up at all. I don't know why it shows that. That is... I don't know. I do have a Quest. A Quest 2. Not a Quest 3, sadly. Because that thing is expensive as all hell. Now, let's take a look here in my blueprints. Enemies, characters, ground, basic Reaper. Because what the fuck is going on with this dude? He is in status.stunned, probably, is what's going on here. Yeah, he needs knockback. He doesn't have any knockback. The thing is, I have a Quest 2, but I don't actually have a lot of room to play many VR games. I've got just about enough room to play Beat Saber, which is what I mostly play in VR. But I also have, what is it called? Blade and Sorcery, that one like VR combat game. And I really like it, but I always like end up breaking shit when I play it because I just don't have enough room here to play it, which is just too bad. So that kind of sucks, but not much I can do about that. So how does this work again? I might have kind of forgotten how I deal with knockback. So that could be an issue. Let's take a look at the basic demon enemy. How do I do the knockback thing? I think what I maybe have to do is I just need to give you in the abilities on start. Let's see. Yeah, we have the basic attack, the revenge attack, and gameplay ability for knockback. And I probably just haven't given you the ability for knockback, right? You have left attack and teleport attack. So let's give you the gameplay ability for knockback as well. And maybe that'll just instantly fix it. It's been a while since I've worked on any of this shit, so I'm not entirely... Okay, so like the technical bits of it work. He gets knocked back, which is a good start. He just needs to also play an animation when he does that. And I'm just... Again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take a look at how I have this set up for my demon. Because what we do is we have the random sequence player. Oh, that's right. Yeah, no, that just is set up in the C++ class. So I should be able to simply say, hey, mesh, go there. Knockback, random sequence player at the very end of the animation graph here, which this animation graph's a little bit... Oh, I already have that. I just don't have animations put in. No, I do. No, I do. Let's go into the event graph here, which is very badly organized. We'll just copy all that over. And then the character is falling, and we need the ability system component from that fucking thing as well. And now that should do the thing. Knockback animation. Come on, let's try. He does the thing. Neato. Oh, I fucked up the title. Nobody watches on Twitch anyway, so I don't really give a shit. Oh, there he is. Okay, so his attack works. That's nice. I just don't know why sometimes he suddenly just like disappears when he does a normal attack. It's probably one of his animations having a weird like curve. So let's just go through those real quick. Yeah, no, his arm movement is what we expect it to be. Like, these shouldn't even need to have curves, but they do. Yeah, that one makes sense. That also makes sense. All of these are... Like, that's dissolve in. This is basic idle look. Reaper idle. One of these is it this one? Is this no, it's still at a value of 1. The thing that weirds me out is that I don't know what animation is causing it to disappear. Is it this one? It's this one. Reaper Revenge montage. So let's just delete this curve. And that should do the thing. I mean, he does have invincibility, or invisibility, rather, powers. Because he's got that teleporting attack. But he just shouldn't do it when he's doing the revenge attack. So when he does that, yeah, you see, that's all fine. He can become invisible, and then he can attack me. Good. He also refuses to fucking die. I think that is just a... we're in a testing level thing. And in the normal game he will die. Because I think that's a thing that the game mode does, and I just don't have the proper game mode set to this. Let's check that to be sure. Where do we have the world settings? Worlds? Level? No. I always forget where this fucking thing is. Can I just... you know what? Oh, world settings. I'm just blind. Oh no, it does have the proper game mode override. Well then I don't fucking know, okay? Well, the fact that he disappears during the wrong animation is a bug. Him disappearing during the attack where he's supposed to disappear is not a bug. Now, let's go into the lock-on widget, which gets set to... why is that not... I should probably parent it to the character mesh. But if I change that now, I'm going to have to go through all of my enemies and change it. And I don't know if I feel like doing that. But I kinda have to, right? Because like the target thing should probably move with the mesh. It probably should. How do I have this set up in the... like, why the hell? Oh, it's probably... hold on. Screen, draw size... no, that's the exact same. So why does this guy put it on the floor? That's kind of weird. Sleep is for the weak. We don't care about sleep. We don't need sleep. Sleep is... I don't care about sleep. Okay. Why do you reset to 0, 0, 0? That is really weird. Just for shits and giggles, if I put this thing up above in world space, it's just entirely invincible. Or invisible. I don't know why I keep fucking up those two words. Screen space again. And it's at his feet. Why does it teleport to 0, 0, 0? That makes no fucking sense. Oh, I mean, it doesn't have a transform. But it doesn't have a transform here either. So why... oh, because this guy... can we do something about that? No, we can... but no, that still doesn't make a lot of sense. Because that still should be here. Why does it go all the way down there? I'll probably be streaming for like 2 hours. Maybe a little longer. I don't know. I usually go about 2.5 hours. This is a more systemic issue in my code that I'm not going to be fixing right now, but what I will be doing is... wait, where's my to-do list? To-do. Thank you. It's a nice little plugin. It's not even really a plugin. It's just a widget that I bought a while ago, and I still really like it. We'll call this enemy target icon parent to mesh. And we'll put that in the tasks for the enemies. Yeah, 5 AM is a time to either be waking up or be fast asleep, not to be going to bed. I can agree with you there. And while we're at this whole task thing, we also need to make master material for packed texture maps. Pack texture maps for all enemies. Those are also things that I need to do, because at the moment my master material expects separate textures for like roughness and metallicness and stuff like that. But now that I switched over to using Substance Painter, that one very nicely, I might add, automatically packs those into like a packed RGB texture, which is way more performant. But it does mean that my master material is kind of fucked for the enemies. So that's why this guy is shiny, because he doesn't have a roughness map applied to him. Okay, now that we have that, what else did I need to do? I could have sworn I needed to do more on this guy. Oh, damage. He doesn't deal damage yet. That's kind of relevant. That is kind of relevant, isn't it? He can only damage me with one attack, and he doesn't have a attack with the other hand yet, and his revenge attack and his teleporting attack can't damage me yet. All that stuff. Like, this one can't damage me yet. And neither can... Hold on. Wait a moment. Wait a moment. Wait a moment. Neither can that attack. So both of those should be able to damage me. So let's get started on that. Reaper montage revenge attack. We turn on the... Let's see. Notifies. Turn on damage left. Turn off damage left. I really should make a notify state for the turning on and off of damage boxes at some point. And then I need to go back into here. And well, actually, no, I need to make the events for it first. Add notify. Turn on damage right. Add a new notify. Animation isn't great. I'll probably end up changing the animation at some point. Turn off damage on the right. The thing is terrifying. That's all the time I have. Bye. Okay. Bye. Thanks for calling it terrifying. That's always nice. It's kind of the vibe I'm going for. So I happy to hear about it. Does that, right? Yeah, we have all this shit. Let's just... Oh, I figured you were who you are. No, I figured that out. I have... Sometimes my two brain cells work at the same time and I'm a fucking genius. I figured, I figured who you were and that you meant it as a good thing. And even if you didn't mean it as a good thing, I'm going to just assume that it was a good thing because I like thinking that I'm not horrible at stuff, even though I'm an idiot. Yeah, I do have two brain cells, but they don't always work together. Like, usually one of them works at a time, and that's how I can keep working all the time, because one of my brain cells is active. And sometimes it's just... When I take caffeine, honestly, is when it happens, is they just both work, and I'm like a super genius, honestly. If you want terrifying, go look in the mirror. Okay, that one I won't see as a compliment. Turn on damage for the right. I hope you're doing well. Turn off damage. See, my second brain cell stopped working. You just killed my second brain cell. That's what happened. Man, people are really like talking through YouTube and Twitch chat at this point, and it's kind of worthless because people on Twitch can't actually read YouTube comments. Only the other way around. Gifted one game dev. Okay, that's a thing that you can do. Just want to pop in say hello on my lunch break. You have a good lunch. And I'm glad that you're keeping up to date with my stuff. And sometimes I'm less glad that people actually see the stupid moves that I make, but hey, that's all part of the process. One day this thing will be finished and I'll feel good about myself, but until that day, I suppose having people laugh at me is good. And then there's like a handful of people who might be semi-impressed with what I'm doing. And to those people I say, it's always nice to know that there's people who don't know what the fuck is going on. But I don't know if that's me speaking on my imposter syndrome. I honestly have no idea. It's probably a little of both. Oh my, don't do that. There's probably a better way to do this than making like 10 particle systems. Or at least a more organized way to do this. Actually, no, I already had the left thumb. I'm trying to get affiliate on Twitch, but people don't watch on Twitch, so I don't get an average of 3 viewers, so I can't get Amazon money. That's the issue. But thank you for the gift membership on YouTube. That's always much appreciated. YouTube actually like pays out, which is kind of nice. Twitch is just... I don't know, man. I kind of just stream on Twitch as a courtesy for people who have issues with YouTube, like you. Because... my metrics have actually like gone down since I've started streaming on Twitch again. I was on an average of like 1.5 viewers per stream on Twitch from when I streamed way back in the day. Now I'm streaming on Twitch again and my average is down to like 0.2 per stream. So I'm actually further away from affiliates than I was when I started streaming again on Twitch, which is insane. Yeah, there has to be a better way to do this, but I don't care. Get rights. We're just gonna do it like this. get right. It's not that much work to do it like this, so it's fine. I have index, middle finger, there's a pinky. It's pinky time. That sounds like an innuendo. Get right. Like, you see why I'm saying there has to be a more efficient way to do this? Because getting like 5 different particle systems and turning them all on individually doesn't seem like a great way to do this. But as I'm complaining about it, I'm already finished like getting references to them all, so maybe it's not that bad. Oh, and then we also need to get right hand damage. Right damage. Because we need to turn that off and on. Luckily, I don't need to do this for every animation, right? These are just the events that will trigger through all the different animations. So, could you please hook it the fuck up? Thank you. In all honesty, this would be going a lot smoother if I did this in C++, but I still... Like, I haven't figured out, because if I'm trying... Look, I'll show you. I ran into this a while ago. If I try to make a new C++ class, and I go to all classes and I say anim blueprint, it's probably anim instance. Yeah, I probably need to make it as a anim instance. Yeah, parent class of anim instance. Okay, I just figured it out. I figured it out live on stream. It'll be good to know. It'll be good to know that I can make like anim instances and then make animation blueprints of those in C++, because this kind of stuff is just annoying to do in Blueprint. This is like hooking up a lot of individual pins being annoying is like one of the main reasons that I learned C++ to begin with, because I fucking hate doing this. Anyway, so now my damage or my revenge attack should also deal damage. And with deal damage, I mean apply knockback, because I don't actually have any HP on this map. So it does that. That's something to look at another time. The fact that my little sword trail doesn't... Okay, sure. That attack doesn't deal damage yet. I mean, if you're falling asleep, you should definitely just go to sleep. I mean, it's like... How late for you again? Oh. Okay. We need to actually change the parent socket and all these. So these are... There's right index, so that's index 4, and then the location we reset. Ring finger, right, number 4, location resets. Pinky right 4, location resets. Thumb right number 3, because the thumb only has 3 bones, all the other fingers have 4. Yeah. Biology, motherfucker. And then I'll give you the middle finger, which has 4 bones again. So now they're all parented to the proper bone. And what I'm going to do is, just for testing purposes, is do this revenge attack when the counter is equal to 1. Because otherwise it's just a nightmare to test. 5 AM. Yeah, so go the fuck to sleep, you idiot. Okay, so that does the thing. Now all that I need to... It's not actually turning on the damage boxes there. Or maybe it's turning on the damage boxes but not doing the damage? Maybe? Let's see. Because I think the revenge attack for the Reaper is just... I don't know why it has that twice. Like it's just gameplay ability, play simple animation. Oh, it's play simple animation. Yeah, that one doesn't wait for any other gameplay events to happen. It's play basic attack animation that it needs to be. So let's open the blueprint editor real quick. In the class settings, attack. It's one of these somewhere. Play basic attack animation. Reparent, and now it should work. That's entirely my bad. Yeah, check out. I would put you in timeout if I could remember the command for it in Twitch chat. But I do not. I mean, it still doesn't deal damage, so... that is fucking nothing. Oh, yeah, timeout. You go to your fucking timeout corner. Okay, so... what the fuck is happening? No. Maybe? Could be. Possibly. Maybe I should, like, say out loud what I'm thinking, but no, that wouldn't be funny. No, okay, no, that definitely is not it. Never mind. I was thinking that I only have the overlap set up for one of the damage boxes, but this is just generating overlap for, like, the actor as a whole, so this should still straight up just work. And we're waiting for damage enemy basic. And in the Reaper revenge attack in the class defaults, this is... well, that'll do it. What tag did I say we were waiting for? Damage enemy basic. So that is... I need to clean up my tags. Enemy basic. Okay, so for the 20th time in a row, now it should work. It does. Okay, so now all we need to test is, does the other hand work? Honestly, like, the other hand is kind of an afterthought, because if you get hit by one of them, you don't get hit by the other. And if you dodge the first, you're also going to dodge the second. So, the second one, honestly, anyone who actually gets hit in gameplay by that second swipe fucking deserves to die. And I mean in-game. In-game. Calm down. I'm not saying that anybody playing my game deserves to die. Matter of fact, I prefer if you didn't. Because, you know, money. Opinion in France? On France. Oh, opinion on France. Well, those people do deserve to die. But that's just because of the language. Like, I'm convinced that French isn't actually a language. It's just made up. People just pretend to speak this language just to fuck with the rest of the world. Like, nobody actually speaks that way, right? Nobody. Then again, I also do think the same thing about Italian. So maybe I just don't speak Southern European languages. Which is fair enough, because I speak Dutch and English. Which is more than most people. And if we count programming languages, I also, like... well, I wouldn't call myself fluent, necessarily, in any of them. Not to the same level as normal languages, but I get by with a few of them. Okay. That attack works. Now, the next thing we need to do is we need to make a left swipe attack. Because I have actually not made that animation yet. I realized just today. Also, what the fuck are you still doing here? You were gonna go to sleep like 2 hours ago, I believe. Okay, animations. Let's see. We have content, animations, basic reaper, level sequences, and then we have Reaper attack right will become Reaper attack left. Oh, I already have a sequence for that. Which is just the right one. Okay, that's fair. That is entirely fair. So what we do is we just copy over all these keyframes. And we're just going to animate it this way. We're going to say, hey, keep that same pose. And hopefully this will work. I don't know that it will. But this would be really nice if this could work this easily. Okay, yeah. And then if we take the arm, like this is the annoying part because this model does not like twisting its arm around a lot. And here we might be better off just using like world space for this, honestly. And its starting position should probably be... let's go back to local space. Its starting position should probably be somewhat bent in, so that we have a little bit more room to play with. I don't really care about the hand, to be honest. That looks really fucking weird. Yeah, copying over the previous animation really doesn't do much good for me, honestly. Let's just say, hey, honestly, let's just reanimate the whole fucking thing. I don't really care. I mean, being invested in the conversation is, I suppose, a not horrible reason to stay up for a bit. But at this point, I'm just animating. And animating is somewhat tangential to modeling. And you complained about me modeling earlier today in the server. So, go away. And then this should still be at least somewhat. Looking forward. You know, slide swipe like that. That might be a little too fast, actually. I think what I want is also for you to like move forward ever so slightly, which will definitely do in world space. And then the rest of this is just like overshooting, like, follow through. So more or less the same movement, but slower. Which means that I probably went way overboard with the movement in the first part there. I mean, that's not bad. Like, if we change the timing of this keyframe over here a little bit, that means that that works, like, remarkably well, I think. Like, there could be a good argument to be made for the fact that this needs to be rotated, like, a bunch more. Like, even a little bit in that direction. That kind of works. Okay, let's make that into a linked animation sequence. And we'll call this... I don't know why it keeps wanting to put that in 3D models. Probably tries to put it... Oh, yeah, no. It tries to put it in the same folder as the skeleton, which is kind of annoying for how I have things organized. And I reorganized my entire project like a month ago, so I'm not going to do it again just because of this little quirk. We'll just kind of deal with it. Animation sequence. Reaper left attack. Don't misspell things. And it should really be as easy as that now. So what we do is we go into the animation sequences, we find the left attack, right click, and we create a animation montage, which will just Reaper left attack underscore montage, move that to the montage folder. Then back in the the fuck is your problem? Do I need to save things first? I think I probably just need to save things first. Is there already a left attack montage in there? There's already a left attack montage in here. But this is literally the right attack, so what the hell are you even talking about? Oh, I just gave it the wrong... Wait, what the fuck? Oh. Yeah, I was making the right attack, not the left attack. Yeah, that was... that. Yeah. You see, remember when I said I had 2 brain cells early in the stream? One of them has just gone back to sleep. Okay, so now we have this left attack. And we have this... You fucking what, mate? These are the same sequence. What did I do wrong? Okay, so what we'll do... One of these doesn't have any events in it. It's... I think this new one. Browse to asset. We're just going to nuke you. Bye. Then in the animation sequences, we're just going to pretend like none of this ever happened. And in here we say Reaper right attack is the... Oh. I just added it the wrong one. That's what happened. Okay. Can we just rename this? Is that going to, like, fuck things up? This is what happens when you... What do you mean? Asset already exists in same location. Oh yeah, that's actually... No, that's just actually true. This is what happens when you only sleep an average of like 6 hours a night between Christmas and the week after New Year's, is your brain just stops working altogether. Attack left. Why does it think it still has an asset called attack left? I'll just call it attack left hand. I don't care at this point. And then attack right is going to be taken as well, right? Yeah, right hand. I'm gonna have a good night of sleep tonight. I'll promise you that much. And then tomorrow I've got a bunch of tutorials to record, so that'll be fun. Okay, this is the left hand, right? That we're animating now. Is there any way we can check? Reaper attack left hand. Yes. No, that's the right hand. Fuck. So if I go to the right hand attack now. So they were the right way around. Just Control Z this. Can I control? Ah, please tell me I can Control Z this. I can't. Attack left swipe. Attack right swipe. It's really annoying how it doesn't... probably can just fix up redirectors actually. Hold on. If I... in content... fix up redirectors. That probably fixes that issue. And if it doesn't, we'll still be fine. I haven't done this in a while, so it takes a minute. Okay, so now I should be able to just call this attack right. No! Okay, then go fuck yourself. If that's what we're at, sure. I'll just create a new linked animation sequence here, which again is going to be in animations, character, enemies, basic Reaper, animation sequences, and this will be Reaper attack right hand. And just to be sure, this is his right hand. Okay. Let me open up the left attack one. And this one is the left one. Okay. So far, so good. I'm just checking at every step of the operation here because otherwise I'm going just insane. Which probably also means that I have the... I think I have the damage boxes the wrong way around as well. Like, for the naming. You know what? At this point, I don't care. This enemy's almost done. I'm not going to redo all this. At some point I will have to because it's going to annoy me. But right now I just want this thing to work and be finished and move on to the next fucking thing. Please. For the love of God, let me. Reaper left attack hand. Okay. Now this one we make into a montage. We'll get there someday. And then back in our blueprints, this is what we were doing in the first place. We go into basic reprogramming. We just say, hey, your left attack, which is your right attack, but you know what? I don't care. We're going to just copy that over and call this right attack. And then change this to Reaper. One of these should somewhere. Why don't all my montages show up in this? We have the Revenge, the Vanish, the left attack, reappearing, the left hand one, but we don't have the right one. I'm actually losing my mind. Because I called it left hand attack. Okay. Sure. Fine. I'm fine. I'm so fucking fine. Never been so fine in my life. Let's add the Reaper right attack as well. And now it can do that one as well. Oh, what the fuck is going wrong now? What? Why is it suddenly complaining about a actor that I removed from a level like 2 months ago in a level that I'm not even trying to play? What the fuck? Seriously? This makes no fucking sense. I can just remove all this, that's not a problem. Point on event destroyed, fine. Destroy actor. This trigger box. I mean, those trigger boxes also are destroyed, like they no longer exist. This tutorial we can remove, which means we can also remove this, which means we can also remove that. And this is bridge opening, so I probably, yeah, don't destroy that one. This is, oh, it's those untitled levels. I can just remove those entirely, I think. Hold on, because those are just backups. So we can, in the levels folder, like untitled 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and all these, we can just remove these, right? Force delete, don't care. I probably shouldn't have saved the thing that I just deleted. Yeah, Untitled 2 is still... It's not in here anymore, I'll tell you that much. But you know what? Everything goes. Bye. Now it should be fixed. There we go. Okay, I want you to just show both of your attacks. That's one attack. The other one now, please. Okay, the timer on your attack is really, really, really long. Yeah, that one doesn't do damage yet. Okay, that's one of them. That's one of them. I just need you to do the other one. For the love of God, just do the other one. Now seriously, you should do one of them at random. You are not. Well, these are different animations. Yeah, they are. I mean, aside from this being potentially an issue, we'll look into that in a moment. Am I really just getting unlucky? Yeah, it takes a random one from there, so... I guess I just got unlucky with him doing the same one over and over again. Or lucky, depending on your perspective, I suppose. It's one of them. The other one, please. No, I want you to do the other one, please. Okay. I have a feeling that when he's just like kind of standing there and doing nothing, that's when he's trying to do the other animation. But for some reason, it's just not happening. And I have a decent idea as to why, actually. Because maybe there is potentially, possibly a chance that there could be a thing where this is on... No, it's on the default slot. All of these are on the default animation slot. So that definitely is not it. Let's add the dissolve curve. And just add a keyframe with a value of 1. Okay, so then why? Just why? Just why? If I, for instance, switch these around, which shouldn't have an impact because it just takes one at random. I really need you to understand that. It does play 2 different montages, so that's not the issue either. I'm getting tired. I'm sorry, I'm yawning into the microphone. He's just hanging out there, which like, that has to be it, right? I have to assume that that's it. But why? I'm going to just chill here for a second and open up my behavior tree on a different monitor. And just check, okay. Yeah, I probably shouldn't let him allow interrupting that ability once it's started, but we'll look into that in a moment. Oh, that ability never finishes now. Yeah, that makes sense. So that stuns him. that soft locks him. Okay, so let's take a look at that right now. Instead, teleport attack. Activation blocked attacks. Blocks ability with tag attack. No, it really honestly just... Okay, that's kind of weird. It really honestly just does not pick the second one for some reason. It only is ever... Whenever it does pick the doability task on my behavior tree, it's a little weird because it's got a lock on it for 2 seconds. So after execution or return failed, that might be something to do with it actually. No, that can't be it. Okay, let's remove the right attack for now again. Also, people are setting off fireworks. Like, it seems a lot more trigger happy now. Maybe that's just like me placeboing it, but it seems a lot more trigger happy now. If we change this to only the Reaper right attack, does it attack at all at this point, is my question. No. Good news. My theory is confirmed. Bad news. I have no idea why. Like, actually no idea why. Let me open up my OBS and Twitch again. Okay. I guess we'll go through this one step at a time again. We have our left attack, that works. We can just close that, that's fine. We have our right attack, which is a child of play basic attack animation. And we know that this works, because this works for all of our... Oh my god, I always run into this issue. Fuck me. There you go. I need to grant him the ability before he can actually do it. This is consistently something that I forget to do. But, oh yeah, I don't have the animation events set up for him yet either. So let's do that now. I am such an idiot. Turn on damage right. We have the swipe. And we turn off the damage on the right. Okay, so now we should also do the swiping thing. There we go. Should be able to damage us with it. There we go. And we can go back into... I'm sure I had a behavior tree somewhere around here. There we go. and add back in the left attack. And now it should finally actually do a thing. Animation level, there we go. So now it should do them about 50-50. Like it does one of them, then it does, after 2 seconds, the other one, then it does the other one again, and now, statistically speaking, there we go. That's not how statistics work. Well, statistically speaking, yes, but like that's... Statistics don't make for deterministic outcomes. That's... We know that, right? We know that, yeah, good. Okay, so that now means that we have the reappearing montage in which we can... Hold on. Appear attack. We want to have, like, starting about here, we can turn on both of the damage boxes. So let's add in a second notify track. Turn on both of the damage boxes on this frame. And then we can turn them both off really quickly again as well. And that should pretty much be it. Like maybe the vanishing and disappearing animations should at some point be different. But for now, this should work. It doesn't. It does not. And that is probably because the Reaper teleport attack is not... Yeah, it's not equipped to deal with damaging. That's... Okay, that's my bad. That's entirely my bad. Honestly, it probably should be a child of a different thing that just has a function that deals with all the damaging stuff. Like if we do play basic attack animation, like all of this stuff, like literally all of this stuff, we can and should collapse into a function. Why won't you collapse into a function? Okay, never mind. You can't collapse wait gameplay event into a function because it's async. But we can still make this into a custom event. Deal wait for and deal damage. Wait for and deal damage. There we go. For now, we can just move this about a little bit. And if we go into the Reaper teleport attack, I just want to test this out because play basic attack animation. Wait for and deal damage. Like, that's all I need to know, whether or not it works this way, because I'll make a more structured like inheritance hierarchy for this later that is not this messy. I just want to know whether or not this works this easily. It should. But then again, if everything works the way I assume that it should, programming would be easy. And it kind of is, but not always. Okay, damage me. Okay. That would be because we... no. Can I set the values? Of inherited... let's see, instance editable is already on. That's just like setting it to public. Expose on spawn. I don't think that's it either. Definitely not private. Maybe if I make a category and I say its category is like ability. And I go into here. Do I now have like ability? No. Override function. Do I like... It's kind of annoying that it doesn't let you do that. Though I suppose what I probably do is actually here in class default, right? There we go. There we go. That's how we do it. Damage. Enemy basic is what we do, right? That's what we're looking out for. Damage enemy basic. So that makes sense still, the way that works. I probably should make his moving range a little smaller, because he does like to move all over the place a little bit. If nothing else, just for like testing purposes, it should be. Okay, so now when he attacks me, it should damage. And it does. Neat. So that works too. We're kind of on a roll here. And we're only an hour in. Holy hell. Things are going well. I'm going to refill my water real quick. And after that, I don't know exactly what we will be doing. But we'll certainly be doing a thing. I mean, I can keep talking because my tap is like right here. So you probably even heard me taking the water there. Who knew that talking for an hour straight makes you have a dry mouth? Answer, me. I knew that. So yeah, by and large, I think that is pretty much all there is to this enemy. Like, there's a lot of tweaking to be done, for sure. But, like, the basics of its AI is just this. Like, revenge attack. When you're close, go toward enemy, go toward player and slap him. When you're not close, every so often, teleport and slap him in the face. So yeah. Find patrol location. Let's. How does that work again? Oh, that's a C++ class, isn't it? You know what? You know what? I have decided that I don't care. Let's just try this guy out in a setting that's close to the actual gameplay. So put him in a level here. We'll just try this out in the persistent world. I make the games. You and me both, buddy. You and me both. I'm probably just gonna go into not this room. What I'm thinking is I'm gonna just add, for testing purposes, that is, one of them to this spawner over here. So what we'll do is I'll just search for Reaper. It's the easiest way to do this. Just like add, let's say add 2 of them for now. Just random ones. And add them into wave number 1 here. So we'll add actor picker, add you, and add hello. Why is the actor picker not working? We'll just do it this way then. BP Reaper. What the fuck is going on here? Oh! It's because they're not on the same streaming level. That makes sense. They need to be in the same streaming level. So, combat tutorial. Move selected actors to level. And now I should be able to pick them. No, because this is the spawner tutorial, not the combat tutorial. Obviously, I'm just being silly at this point. Spawner tutorial, there we go. My mind is melting away as we speak. Now it works though, so that's good. And then these should by default not start active. Good. Where's my load game at this point? Okay, it's right there. Nice. I should get working on a music system at some point as well, because the music system I have right now is laughably bad. Hold on, this is... Oh, I thought that music was coming through my speakers and not my headphones for a moment, but it's good. It's cool. It's fine. Oh, they immediately just disappear, do they? Sure. Why not? At some point I think I'm going to need to make like a AI manager for like crowd management, because I don't know that this is necessarily the best way to go about doing things. Just make them all move toward the player. And as a matter of fact, I think for specifically these enemies, since they have a... Why won't you die? Because you don't have a dying animation yet. They die through their animations now. That's right. Remind me how that works again. Death animation. We have turn on the visual effects, then turn them off, and we destroy. And when we destroy, we can just simply... We run the kill enemy function. Okay, easy as that. That shouldn't be that big a deal. Let's make a animation montage. We can just use one of the knockback animations. So that's knockback. Let's call this knockback straight. Find some browser. We'll create a montage. Death montage. Reaper death montage. And this should be as easy as we can add an animation curve here for dissolve in, which will have a keyframe at the start with a value of 1. And then as we go along, where is it? With a value of, I said 1. And as we go along through the animation, right about there, we'll make another 1 with a value of 0. And then, oh, no, don't do that. I don't know what I just did, but I think I can just Control Z it, maybe? No, don't, no. Control Y is redo. This is fine, kind of, maybe. It's kind of annoying how you can't change the keyframe values in this view, but sure. How can this even be, though? Because, oh, no. Because this is not at a value of 1. Why? It's cool. It's fine. New notify, turn on death effects. Notify. Yeah, this definitely, like, the damage boxes are such individualized that it maybe doesn't make sense to make an animation notify state for it. This probably should be. Turn off death effects and then destroy enemy, which we'll put toward the end here. We can say all of these just as basic repo. Turn on death effects. Turn off death effects. And destroy enemy. Like, this all should actually also probably just be in a C++ class, because all my enemies need this stuff anyway. And remaking the same code individually for every single animation instance class that I'm using, that just doesn't make a lot of sense. But now they should also be able to die. Again, it's been a while since I've done anything to do with like enemy creation. So I'm kind of catching up on how the hell that I made this code to begin with. And my video memory is lacking. I probably should use a couple of textures that are like not 4K at some point. Yeah, they probably should be invincible during the reappearing attack as well. And when these are like below 20% health, they should probably start running away from the player instead. I already have a query for that, so I can just do that. So we can update HP percent. That probably needs a key, doesn't it? I'm assuming that I have a HP percent key. It does. Can I just copy that over? Probably not. No. Well, maybe actually if I do it on the blackboards. That's the basic demon. Why do I have the basic demon open? Like, literally, why? Oh, basic Reaper. I'm just an idiot. Okay, I can't. Never mind. HP percent. Gotta make sure that I spelled that properly, so let's just copy it over and paste just to be sure. Yeah, I think that works. Okay. So here we make a selector which checks for I don't know why it has those two different search bars, one of which just simply doesn't work. Enemy HP below. Below, I set like 20%? Let's do below 25%. And then this is what happens otherwise. So we do, this is the normal course of action. But if you are below, we set run EQS query. I don't know, what we probably just do at that point is if the player is like within less than, maybe, well, 1,000 is pretty good. We just simply move to patrol location, right? And then we use a service to set the EQS thingy. I think I called it player distance, but it's just running from the player, right? Distance, context, yeah. That's all fine. It's good. Hold on. One moment. Because now it still will do this. So we also... Right, because if the player's distance is less than 1,000... I suppose it's a good thing that it can still do this one, actually. It just shouldn't do this one. So it should just try to run away to 1,100. So that way, this can never be true as well as this. So the moment this all, like, it's more than 1,100 units away, so this is false. Like, this obviously won't run. This won't run. So this will run. And if we're less than 1,000, so let's say 700 units away, it will do this one as well, because it's also less than 1,100. So that should work. That said, though, we do need to set the blackboard key that we're going to be setting here to patrol location. So now, when he reaches 25% HP, it should start running away from me and do that teleport attack. And then, after it's done that teleport attack, start running away from me again. Making it a lot more of a bitch to actually deal with. Which is kind of the point. But then if you run up to it, it can still just normally attack you as well. It also probably should not start off by doing that attack, is what I'm thinking. Hold on, are you already running away from me? No, okay, so they start off as a little bit more aggressive. And then... after I've done a little bit of damage to you, which takes a moment, but we'll get there. Oh yeah, I can also dash through enemies now. I don't know, did I do that on the last stream? I think I did that on the last stream. I can dash through enemies, which is makes things so much easier. Is that below 25%? So yeah, at this point you are running away from me, right? Right? Yes, you are, but you're like not updating your location quite often enough. Also, your hand is not resetting its particles, which looks really weird. It's probably because I stun locked you out of an attack. Huh. Okay, but that's a decent start. Now the issue is that it runs every... I think it's a thing here, right? Is project goal location. If set, the goal location will be projected. Require track moving goal. If set, a goal actor will update itself when the actor moves. So what I need to do... I've had this issue before. Because it's... when it starts moving to a location, specifically... when you change that location, it doesn't read that change until it reruns the task. And that's kind of a bitch to deal with. I have something like this in my shaman. as well. But I think I fixed this here with... How did I fix this here? Oh, it just straight up doesn't work because I didn't even... What? Huh? Okay, so my shaman just is broken to begin with. Maybe this is a simple Google search. We can try. Unreal behavior tree move to vector location updating during movement. Do I need to make a custom move to task? Because I would really rather you didn't make me do that. Make a new task to move to the next location. Once it completes, the sequence will return to the first node and start. It will consider the next location. I think that's what you're trying to do. It's really not though. Dynamic update position. The way I've worked around this previously is if it tries to move toward a actor instead of a location, that it can dynamically update in real time. So I don't know why it doesn't do that for vector locations. That's the thing that annoys me. Because exactly, this guy is asking the same thing. You can abort this task like every tick and rerun it, but that makes for very like jittery movement. Instead of a vector, you could set the target of a move to now to an actor you want to follow. Yeah, but the thing is, I don't really want to do that. that requires me to add an extra actor for no fucking reason. When AI is asked to move to an actor, it will observe the goal's location and move to an arbitrary picked value away from the path. And then the path is automatically updated without breaking current movement request. The behavior tree you show is looking good. That's still not an answer to my fucking question, is it? Like, there's more people that are running into this issue, so... I'm talking about the AI move to node that exists in the controller or the move to task in the BT controller. I feel so stupid, thank you very much. So I guess what we maybe want to do is use a simple parallel here. I always get mixed up with these parallel nodes. They always... This is for the shaman. Let's not test this out on the shaman. We probably need to do this on the shaman as well, if this works. But this whole like simple parallel always fucks me up, so it's probably not going to work. Yeah, no, this is a bad idea. I'm not even going to try that. Because this ends up with the same issue, where the task is constantly active. And as long as it's active, it doesn't reset. Oh, observe blackboard value. That might be it. Hold on. That might do the thing. Is that what I have here? Observe blackboard value. Yeah, okay. So that's how you make that work. Cool. At least in theory, I haven't tested it yet. But that should make the running away from me a little bit smoother. I mean, I can test it with the Shaman, but I want to make sure that it works with the Reapers as well. Because that's the thing that I'm working on right now. And then have them, like, not immediately text me. Then have them not immediately do that attack when I enter a room as well. Like, now they should start trying to run away from me, and if I... Yeah, okay, so... Every half a second or so, it updates and tries to get the fuck away from me. It should probably be pretty similar to my own speed, so it's not as easy to catch up to them. So let's go into there and find the character movement. Also pull up my chat again in case anybody's actually in there. And then we have the walking. Yeah, you see the maximum walk speed here is 200 centimeters per second. And I think for my third person character it's like 900. Or something like that. Probably shouldn't be faster than me. Yeah, it's 650. So this is the basic demon. That is the basic reaper we have here, right? Basic reaper. So if I am 650, this should probably be like 570. Like it should be a speedy fucker. Like really speedy. So they can properly run away from you. Like if you're not actively, specifically chasing one of them, you're not catching up. And if they are chasing you, you will know it. So let's see. Yeah, these are pretty fast. Really pretty fast. Maybe a little too fast still. Like they certainly have some trouble turning around. But yeah, so if I try to catch up to one of these, it's gonna take a fucking while. Matter of fact, I might actually not be able to. Hold on. Oh yeah, no I can. Oh, I still don't have the death animation set for them. That's fair. I probably should make them... Okay, so what we'll do is we'll throw in an extra thing here. And that is if we are within 250 units, it should also always chase you. And then probably change this to like 175. That way, if you get close, they actually start to attack you. So they're not as slippery to try to deal with. And then I'm also going to look into their turn rate. Because that doesn't seem exactly 100%. like you would expect it to be. Something there is a little weird. Maybe it is the braking friction factor. Coefficient applied when braking, whenever acceleration is 0, if character is exceeding max speed. Actual value used to multiply by friction factor when braking. This property allows you to control how much friction is applied when moving across the ground, applying an opposing force that scales with the current velocity. Okay, but I've got that set to like 0 here, so that's probably not it. I can't even edit it on this one. Why? I don't know. We probably have that issue here because we don't have death animation. Yeah, it's the wrong death animation. You can't play that one. Reaper death montage. Let's see what that feels like. Probably going to increase the play rate of all the animations, to be honest with you, as well. Or at least the movement, like the idle animations, because these are some speedy fuckers. Okay, now you run away now. That's good. But if I get very close to you, you start chasing me again in theory, right? I know what the issue is. This one should be moved around a little bit. Okay. So what we do is, if we're very close, we always attack. If we're kind of close, we always chase. If we are a little further away and we are below this percentage, we move away. If we are a little further away but we're not below that percentage, we move toward. I think that makes sense. I mean, if you barely understand anything, it's the same as anything, right? Just one step at a time. Just start tinkering with it. Like, I have a lot of stuff on my channel that hopefully will help. There's a lot of stuff on YouTube and the internet in general that should help. And, like, a lot of that is just technically understanding what's going on. And honestly, the most difficult part is just, like, being able to, like, understand the logic of how, like, computers think and how like how games, logically speaking, work. So if I get close enough to you now, you attack, right? But if I get halfway there, you try to run away. Okay, let's kill one of them actually. I'm pretty sure I just murdered you. Why are you still alive? No, really, like... Oh, that's the other one. Okay. Okay, now that makes sense. That does make sense. Okay, let's also take care of the, like, big-ass demon dudes. Real quick here. You're one speedy dude. And now you're going to be doing that thing that I don't like you doing. Yeah, when they're at 0 HP, they should also not be hittable anymore. We'll worry about that at some other point. Are you stuck as invincible now again? Because I don't like it when you do that. Okay, anyway, so... At this point you try to... Oh, there's still two of you, never mind. Okay, one of you is about to attack me. The other one is just kinda stuck there. Why are you just hanging out? Okay, I'm gonna kill one of them. Because otherwise I will die. Then I'm going to take the behavior tree, which I'm going to put on the other monitor again. I'm sorry about that, but that's just kind of the way things have to work in order for me to check this all out. And then you do that attack. It's all fine. Okay, so when you're just kind of hanging out, you are trying to run away from me. You're gonna appear there. Okay. Let's take another look at this behavior tree, because there's still some flawed logic in here. I'm glad to help. Don't they regen HP once they exit combat? No, but that is actually a pretty good idea for an enemy type. I kind of like that idea. Like if you don't attack them for a certain amount of time, they start regenerating HP. That's kind of a neat idea. Huh. I'm going to keep that in mind. That's a good idea. So the issue we have here is that this should... It does abort both. So when it's no longer less than 250 units, it should... Okay, I'm a little confused as to why it kept chasing me. If I exit the room and enter back in, all of the enemies will respawn back with full health and stuff like that. So I'll show you in a moment once I figured out what the hell I'm doing wrong here. So first things first is we have this whole ordeal. So let's just go through this one step at a time, right? What it's going to try to do is it's going to try to see, am I within 175 distance? Can it see me? And is this not locked? If so, it's going to attack. If I'm further away than 175 units, it's going to check, are you within 250 units? If so, it'll start chasing me. That makes sense. Then it's going to check, are you below 25% HP? And are you within 1100 units? If so, you're going to run away. If both of these are not true, it's going to check whether or not I'm in 1000 units. But it should only ever do this if this one fails. And this one can only fail when I'm, or the enemy is above 25% HP, which is intended, or when I'm further away than 1100 units. But if I'm further away than 1100 units, this one also should fail. So there's no world in which this one can't run due to distance and this one can. So I don't know what just happened there. But more importantly, this should be moved around as well, I think. I can't help you when I'm doing a live stream, but if you drop it in the Discord server, I'll be happy to try and help you when I can get to it. So if all of these fail, only then does it do this one. Which is fair. Which is fair. I'll probably need to update the query there as well to also try to like hide behind obstacles or something like that. I think that'll improve that as well. Like make it try to go behind a wall and then do stuff, maybe. Because then this Kenzie player will be... Actually, no. We'll worry about that later. So I'll only do this patrolling if it's more than 1100 units away from me. Which is altogether not that far, right? But maybe we should just lower this to like 750 and 800. And for testing purposes, put this at 95. Just so I can see what is going on. So I'm going to put this up on my other monitor again. And let's for now, just to make this easy to debug, just remove a few of these elements. So we're only dealing with one Reaper in this wave. I'll re-add them back later. I'm probably going to forget. But at some point in the future, I'll remember what I did and I'll be really annoyed at myself. Because that's how life works. Okay, let's check this thing out. So it immediately... Okay. Cool. It's chasing me. It's chasing me. It's chasing me. Let's attack it a little bit. Below 95% health now. So it is running away. It's doing its attack. Let's try to like not have that thing selected because it's really annoying. Okay, so now it's just kind of stuck in place. What is it doing? It's trying to run away. It's moving away very, very slowly. Is it... Is the issue that I just don't generate a big enough grid for points to query? It seems like that might be the issue. It's kind of annoying to debug though. Let's try to run away. It's gonna be a while. Okay, so now why is it chasing me though? Because I'm definitely further away than 250 units. And it kept chasing me. And now it's doing a decent job at running away again. This AI is confusing me, man. When it's chasing, it should also lean forward a little bit more, I think. For some reason, right now... Oh, the patrol location isn't set. So it's chasing the player instead. That's the flaw in logic. Okay. That's the flaw here. It's checking... No. No, it's not. I am so fucking done with this. I don't know what's... Running animation looks weird. Yeah, it does. he just needs a little bit forward tilt and that'll fix it. For the most part. I don't need this check in here. I do think that is the issue, because it's trying to move down to here. It sees, oh, patrol location is not set because this is not triggering yet. Um, I should have a way to say in this service is restart timer on each activation. So that way we can be sure that every time we pass through it, at least it will be set. I think that should fix up that issue. I don't know that that'll fix up the issue with it just like hanging out on some kind of like border. Where it just hangs out and very slowly moves away from me. But we're about to find out. I probably should set up a scene where you can see the behavior tree firing as well. It would be really nice if I had 3 monitors right now. If I had a third monitor, I could just put it on there. At the moment, I'm sharing like my my second monitor between looking at the behavior tree when I'm actually testing stuff, and when I'm not testing stuff, what I'm doing with it is I'm looking at the YouTube chat. Yeah, I prefer not to have that camera up at all times. Also, why are you not dealing any damage? That's weird. We'll worry about that later. Probably just don't have the value set for that. Okay, so now we're close and we're just gonna wait. Move to patrol location. Patrol location is... Oh, I know what the issue is. Can I change this on runtime? Please tell me I can. I cannot. So the issue is I don't want to restart the timer on each activation. Call tech event when task is entered through node. Search start will be called as well. That is the one that I want to enable, I think. Because what I was doing now is it's resetting the timer every time it enters through it. Meaning that it never actually runs. Because patrol location is like non-existent. So it tries to redo it every tick, which means it resets the timer every tick. And what I should do now instead is, first time going through it, it should... I mean, that's better. It still had a couple of moments where it just like stopped for half a second or for a moment. For no good reason at all. I don't know why it does that. But it's a fucking step in the right direction. It's kind of hard to see because it all happens so quickly. Yeah, you're kind of cornered, aren't you? Let me help you with that. It seems to be moving in steps. I'm not entirely sure why. I should probably, just for testing purposes, make the range a lot bigger. Okay, so let's check something. The calculating furthest from the player distance. I have a RTX 2060 graphics card. Okay, so this is the distance to the player contacts, and the grid gets generated around... Where do we set it up again? Generate around query contacts querier. Okay, so what is likely happening? It's simply finding the position it wants to be at before it regenerates the grid, is what I have to assume is going on here. So what we want to do is do a little bit of two different things. Number one, get rid of this random deviation, and instead of 2 times a second, let's run this 5 times a second. I don't think that is the thing that we wanted to set, but sure, we'll also set that. I don't know if we need that. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that we don't need that. And then also, I think in here we can set these grid size to be slightly larger. So let's set that to like 1500 maybe. Yeah, that seems pretty good. And then space in between, we can keep that at like 250. That should smooth things out considerably, I think. And if it doesn't, I have no idea what is causing this thing. But this is kind of going to be the last try we do, because it's about time for me to end the stream. I do remember you. And cheese. Whiz whiz. Cheese whiz. Is that your... Oh, cheese... It's probably not what that name means, but it's still funny. Basic Reaper. Actually, hold on one moment. I do need to make sure that I'm looking at the behavior tree in case anything goes horribly wrong. Something did go a little weird there. But let's... Oh yeah, I'm sorry about the fireworks in the background. Can't really do much about that. But it seems like you are now pretty smooth in running away from me, and I can do all that, and oh no, you attacked me, and we actually have like a somewhat intelligent enemy here. Which, neat. That sad though is I need to go into the death particles. There's probably a better way to do this actually. Like in the mesh itself. Let's check this out because it needs to be accessible through the CPU. It's probably in the details or the asset details. If I just look at like CPU, allow CPU access. Otherwise the particle system can't emit particles from the mesh if it's not accessible through the CPU. So let's try to move that thing again and see if it actually emits the particles now. And there's just so many things. Like, if you sum up the things that I've done in the past 2.5 hours, it doesn't sound like a lot, but that's just kind of the speed at which game development happens. Also, when you get distracted by like talking to your chat, like I do work considerably slower in this context compared to like something else when I'm just working on my own pace. Yeah, this guy is actually kind of like a thing to deal with. He doesn't do the thing that I want him to do entirely, I don't think. Because he doesn't do like the fading away thing properly. That might just be a blend time thing, to be honest with you. So let's set that to 0.1 and blend out time to, well, that can just be 0. And then the rate scale, let's set that to like 0.7 maybe. It's a little better, I think. Maybe. But for now, I think that's going to do it for today. Because again, it's been about, not 2.5 hours, 2 hours and like 15, 2:20. That's fine. Oh, before I forget, it was really nice for testing purposes, but these should not be in this level. Because these are for the Grim Reaper dungeon. So let's add back the, oh my god, which 4 word? I think it's these 4. Let's add back in these 4 to the spawner before we forget, and we can save everything, and I will push this to my version control in a moment. Thanks everybody for coming to hang out and have fun and all that kind of good stuff. I will be back probably on Monday, same time, same place, different stuff, because of course we finally more or less finished this guy for now, so we'll probably be working on the night boss again, because there's a lot that we need to do for that one still as well. It's quite a clunky boss fight at the moment. I'll see you back then. Bye.